Hello everyone, welcome to Jazz Therapy. I'm Jessie, a licensed marriage and family therapist in the states of California and New York. And I'm here today to introduce a new series on jazz therapy entitled Over the Rainbow. Now this is inspired by the classic ballad Over the Rainbow. And each week I'm going to bring some kind of topic that is happening or current event and do a little meditation and pair that with a jazzy version of Over the Rainbow. I was really thinking about how turbulent the world is right now. The United States recently bombed Iran. Also in the United States, there has been absolute terrible treatment and violence towards our immigrant brothers and sisters in the city of Los Angeles. Lots of antipathy and hostility towards immigrants, towards folks who identify on the LGBTQIA plus spectrum, etc. And people are starting to really feel fear and sort of shut down. And I have noticed waves of fear go through me as well, just a rise in my body. And I was talking to a friend of mine who's very wise. I will call him he's somewhat of a bodhisattva, kind of a very wise, enlightened being, although he would never say that about himself. I'm saying that about him. And I was talking to him about just how I was feeling, and he really encouraged me to keep my heart open and to stay in the light as much as possible. And he said even that our current president was a good teacher. And I said, what? Like, what do you mean, a good teacher? He is really enacting principles and policies and actions that are so damaging. And my friend said, well, he is teaching everyone to wake up, and he is teaching us, everybody, how to open our hearts further, because we simply cannot go on like this. We are really looking at almost total societal breakdown going forward. And so he said to me, I said, well, what can I do? And he said, pray that the heart of humanity continues to open and feel the joy of it. And I had to sit with that. And when he said that to me, I really could feel deep in my heart that he was speaking a deep truth. So I thought about what can I personally do, which is always to come back, to meditate, to pray, to keep myself bolstered physically, spiritually, emotionally, and also to listen to jazz. So here we are with this inaugural piece, Over the Rainbow. So today I'm going to lead you through a short meditation where we are just going to send love and light and energy to every soul and sentient being on the planet who might feel afraid or scared, lonely, is suffering, etc. And after, I will give you a jazz song, a version of Over the Rainbow, to be some healing balm for your soul. And I will do one of these a week. And when I run out of versions of Over the Rainbow, which I hope doesn't happen, I would love it if people would even send me a cappella versions or jazz versions of their own, then I will turn to some kind of other ballad. However, for now, we are kicking off this series, Over the Rainbow. So let us get started. Find a comfortable position to be in. You might be laying down, you might be seated. We're just going to take a couple of gentle breaths. We're going to breathe in through the nose 2 times, pause at the top, and exhale. So it'll be pause, exhale through the mouth, long and slow. Again, breathe in 2 times through the nose. Pause. Exhale long and slow. And one more time. Breathe in. Pause. And exhale long and slow. And now just breathe naturally, whatever rate feels comfortable for you. And we're going to do kind of a version of a Buddhist metta or loving kindness meditation. So you might put your hand on your heart And I just want you to imagine that from your heart, this liquid golden light is filling your entire body, up through your chest and shoulders and head, down through the torso, groin, legs, and feet. And if it's hard to, see this, just pretend you're imagining it, and it'll come. And we're going to say, may I be peaceful, content, free from danger, and be liberated. We always start with ourselves. And now I want you to imagine that we're going to send this same golden light to everyone that is in your city or town, to everyone who is scared or afraid. You might be an undocumented immigrant or identify as LGBTQIA+. Just members, all citizens, members of different political parties, everyone who is just feeling this uncertainty in your city or town. Let us say, may everyone in my city or town be peaceful, content, free from danger, and liberated. May they be comforted and know they are not alone. Now we're going to send this energy out to your state or province. May everyone who feels afraid, alone, scared, is an undocumented immigrant, LGBTQIA+, all the political parties, may everyone be peaceful, content, free from danger, and be liberated. Now finally we're going to go out to our entire country, whatever country you're in. May everyone in your country who's scared, alone, or afraid, or just feeling this fear in any one of these groups I mentioned, just all citizens, all people too, may everybody be peaceful, content, free from danger, and be liberated. And now we're going to send this light further out to cover the entire globe. Everyone who might be an undocumented immigrant or refugee in a war-torn country, in a place that was recently bombed, in a place where there is still ongoing war, there's famine, or they're recovering spiritually, physically, mentally, emotionally. All sentient beings. So just imagine beautiful Mother Earth covered in this liquid golden light. May all people and sentient beings be peaceful, content, free, and liberated. And let us pray the prayer from my friend. May the heart of humanity continue to open. And may we have empathy for those who are suffering, including ourselves. And may we also simultaneously find joy in this opening. Because we need joy to bolster us, and this is the true nature of the soul. Now just come back to your heart center. And just breathe a few more breaths. Now just come back here with me to the present moment. If you cried or had emotion come up, that is okay. And know this is something we can always do wherever we are, is we can meditate and we can pray and send healing energy. And that will lift us up. All right, so now let us get to part 3, the jazz. I wanted to start off this inaugural series of Over the Rainbow with a version by none other than legendary jazz pianist Keith Jarrett. Now, I have seen Keith Jarrett in performance, and it was really an otherworldly experience. It was almost like he opened himself up and the music just flowed through him. Now, of course, he's had decades and decades of training his body to be an instrument to receive. However, that's really the best way I can describe it. And he closed the concert with a version of Over the Rainbow. Now, it is the end of June right now. In the Northern Hemisphere, we are in summer. And so I found a version online, and I will share the link. And this is Keith Jarrett performing Over the Rainbow in London. And this is from July 11th, 1991 at the Royal Festival Hall. So I want you to listen to this song, let it wash over you. When I hear this song, I hear a prayer. I hear a prayer, a longing, a yearning for things to be better. I hear angst, I hear anguish, I hear beauty. I hear the totality, the Maya, as we might say. I hear the entirety of humanity and that we are all really one. So listen to this version and let me know, and I will be back next week with another event, meditation, and cover of Over the Rainbow. Also, let me know what category of emotional listening you would put this version into according to the 9 versions of emotional categories of emotional listening I came up with. They're on my website, and I'll put a link to that too. I would put this in the category of emotional transcendence and emotional reverie, because really I feel like I am transported away into this space where the heart of humanity is fully open. Thank you so much for being with me today. May jazz therapy soothe your soul.